Hi everyone, welcome to this video and welcome to this beautiful lake with me. It's such an amazing day here. Should have had my sunglasses, I can see, but anyways. Today I wanted to talk with you guys about being in a high frequency. I have a lot of clients asking me about this because they're sort of cut in between, because we hear all this talk, right, about in order to become enlightened, in order to evolve, in order to heal, in order to move into this new human or the future human, we have to be in a high frequency or a high vibration. And then I meet a lot of people, and I've certainly been caught up in that myself as well on my healing journey, that are confused about, okay, so I'm going to feel my emotions and I'm going to be in a high frequency, and I'm not going to be stuck in the lower emotions, and like it's how to navigate this and what is actually true. So I thought I'd make this video and give you guys my perspective on this and my experience about it as well. It is absolutely true that it's in a higher vibration or a higher frequency that we evolve. So what we are moving into is in a higher frequency than where we're coming from. That is absolutely 100% the case. If we have a situation or a problem, or we have something we want to heal in our bodies, what is there, or the vibration and the frequency of that is of a lower frequency than what we're moving into. Now, the solution on a problem or the solution on whatever it is that we want to evolve past is not found at the same frequency as the problem was created. So if we're stuck in a thought loop about something, or stuck in a pattern about something, or doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, that won't work, because the solution or the evolution of something, the new experience, is absolutely found in a higher frequency or a higher vibration. Now, what I see is that many people, when they have understood this to be true, hi, there's a bird sitting on a branch right above me. When they have understood this to be true, it's very easy to start becoming resistant to our lower vibrational emotions, as we often term them, like despair, like anger, like feeling just low, feeling sad. It's people start to become antagonistic to those emotions and try to avoid feeling them. Now, if there's one thing which is really, really important to understand, it is that emotions and thoughts are not who we are. And you're safe to feel it, and you have to feel it in order to heal it. Now, what is, for example, let's say you have something you want to heal in your body, or you have a pattern that you want to overcome, or because you have this thing that you keep repeating in relationships, for example, or you have this thing that happens all the time, and you see the patterns that you are doing. You're becoming more and more aware of the patterns that are leading into it, or the belief systems you have that are leading into the same results again and again. Now, the reason why that is there is because you either just learned it and copied it from someone else as you were growing up, or so this is a programming, a conditioning, right? Or you have had a trauma, and a trauma is basically that you were in a situation where you did not have a resolution. It didn't get solved emotionally, so you had to suppress and keep those emotions down. And that is then kept in the body. It didn't have the opportunity to move through and be processed. And so what it is asking for you now, as you are evolving and as you are moving forward, it is that you actually feel it so that you can release it. This is not being in a low frequency. Even though you can say that the experience of the trauma was in a low vibration, or that the emotions that are around it, the emotions that are in your body that are held, these emotions that can be exactly what is creating whatever it is that you are needing to resolve, right? Needing to move through, to release in order to heal what is going on in your body, or to move past and change that belief system that is keeping you in a limited mindset, right? That makes it so that you just repeat the same instead of evolving past it. The ducks are chatty as well. Now, if we are in a resistance to that, if we don't want to feel it because we are afraid that that is bringing our frequency down, then we have not understood that anything that is suppressed, that is actually existing in our field or in our subconscious, it is also a part of our total frequency and vibration. It's not only what we are choosing to think, like our belief systems, they are there, right? When we are repeating those thoughts, we can't suppress it, we can't deny it. That is exactly what happened in a trauma. We disowned and denied and suppressed that emotion and didn't have any resolution of the emotional turmoil that we were in, and we created belief systems based off of it, and we are living our lives with this. And so actually allowing that to release is not at all dangerous. It doesn't bring your frequency down. It's actually what helps finally raising your frequency and moving you to the next state of consciousness for you and into more awareness. Now, it is when we are believing that we are it, we are actually changing our vibration. Because if I have a thought, if I am having something in my body that I want to heal, and I believe in that, I believe that this is, what my body is telling me is what I am. This is my identity. I identify with a diagnosis, for example, or I believe that I'm not worthy of love, or not worthy of being treated well in a relationship, or I'm not worthy of actually having a job that I enjoy doing, or I'm not worthy of having a social life that I enjoy, or whatever it is, right? Then I will just keep repeating, keep doing whatever it is that I'm doing, so that that will continue being my experience. If I want to change the experience, I will need to have the awareness of what I'm actually believing. I have to go deeper. I have to be able to hold the space for it and remember that as it comes up, I am holding the space, I'm observing it, I'm feeling the emotions. Those are the emotions of my inner child, right, that experienced this at a certain point. And now I'm allowing her to actually feel these emotions, for that to surface while I'm holding her. I'm not believing I am it. I am not experiencing it right now. If it's very intense, having someone who can hold the space for you as you're moving through these emotions can be very helpful. But that is not doing anything negative to your frequency. It is when you are believing that you are it and you keep repeating it and you're getting stuck in it. That is when your general vibration is going down. So by suppressing or avoiding to feel the emotions, or by just keep marinating or having a bath in it, because we, like initially when we start like seeing a pattern or doing healing work, or we're going into some traumas, it is very normal to feel in a victim state, and that is a part of the journey. It's the initial part of the journey. You were a victim to whatever happened to you at some point, right, if it's a trauma you're working with. Now, when we move out of that victim state, because that is where we can actually make a change, if we are staying in that victim state day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, we are not moving past it. We have to find our empowerment and understanding that this is something that happened to me and I was a victim of that. Right now, I am actually the leading force of my life, and I can choose to do the work to heal this in order to change the destiny of my life, or the experiences I am going to have in my life. So yes, it is from a higher frequency. Into a higher frequency, we are changing. There are many actions, many thought patterns, many behaviors that are not supporting the evolution or the movement into a higher state of consciousness. Yet, if we deny where we're actually at and what is actually arising, we are not moving anywhere. Then we are gaslighting ourselves completely, and that is not helpful. So both are true, and we need to use both. I hope you get this and it can be helpful for you. Please share if you know that someone might have some epiphanies from this. And if you have any questions, please ask in the comment section as well. I think it's a really, really important one to understand. If we choose to constantly have a bath or marinate our head in the same limiting belief systems, in the same emotions, that is not conducive at all to our evolution. But if I'm actually being aware of that this is arising for a reason, and I can be in the observer mode rather in the identification with it, then I am in my power and I can release whatever is also a part of my frequency, because my subconscious is also a part of my frequency. And so actually becoming more aware is becoming aware of what is in the subconscious and releasing what is not helpful for you and not supposed to be held in your system anymore. So don't be afraid of feeling anything. And remember that acceptance of what is, acceptance of where you are right now, it doesn't mean that you need to like where you're at or the situation you're in at all, but accept it rather than being in resistance to it. That is what will move you forward, because that opens for you to see where you're at. Because if you're at point A on a map and then you want to move to point B and you don't want to accept that you're at point A, how the heck are you going to be able to move to point B if you are looking at a map and you don't want to accept where you're at? You try to gaslight yourself into saying that, no, I'm at this point, I'm at point C. Then it will be a very different way into moving to this point B. Make sense? So acceptance of what arises in the moment, feel it, allow it, and then it will move. Because as we are, this is something of what we are understanding as our consciousness is expanding, that what we resist persists. That means that the whole fighting against what we don't like, in that state of resistance, that is only maintaining the status quo. It is not helping. It's actually just focusing all our energy towards that thing that we don't want, a lot of energy, and that means we're constantly feeding it. And we're not moving past it, because the solution is in a different frequency than the problem. So if you are resisting the problem and sending energy to the problem constantly, how are we then going to move past it? It's impossible. And this is the way humanity's consciousness has been working for a very long while, on a collective level and on an individual level. And the more people that are starting to understand this, that are starting to work with the things, the situations in their daily lives, on a very individual level, in a different way, accepting what is, and then choosing to move past it, choosing to feel it, choosing to accept what is, even though it feels really awful in the moment, we then will experience that actually allows us to move through it. Because then it arises, we feel it, and as we are not resisting it or fighting it, and we are neither identifying with it and believing we're it, it's actually free to just being felt, just being, passing through our mind, and then it will go out of our field again. This is the way to work with healing. It is the way to work with the belief systems, to work with any trauma release. This is how the energy works. So I hope this was helpful for you. Hope this cleared up some things for you. And if you need more insight in your life about something you're moving through and want to have another perspective on it, I am opening up for some more personal sessions now in the rest of November and December. So you can always reach out to me on my website. I will link my website below, my Instagram you can find below, and then contact me there if you want that. Please like this video if it helped you. That helps the algorithm, as we know. Comment, share, all of that, and of course subscribe if you enjoy my videos. I will see you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed the nature with me. I will give you a bit more nature here. There we go. It's getting cold here. See you in the next video. Bye bye.